The Woman at the End of the Table. This story takes place in a small training room just outside Washington, D.C., during a time of political fervor and rising emotion. It was just before Barack Obama would go on to become President of the United States. The country was deep in election season, and even in private circles, the mood was charged. Debates were everywhere, and ours was no exception. That day, we were 5 or 6 people, close enough to be candid, diverse enough for sparks to fly. All of us were black. Most were African immigrants, Nigerian, Ghanaian, Ethiopian. I was the only one from the Caribbean, a proud son of Haiti. It began like many conversations do, focused on one topic before taking a hard turn. What started as a casual conversation drifted quickly into politics. From politics, it turned into something sharper, a full-throated critique of America. My friends didn't hold back. They criticized the racism, the inequality, the foreign policy, the arrogance, the historical wrongs, everything. America was, in their view, deeply flawed, if not outright hypocritical. I sat at the center of it all, defending the country I had adopted as home, my America the Beautiful, the place that had given me safety, opportunity, and a future I could never have imagined back home. I tried to push back against their cynicism, not to deny the truth of their grievances, but to show that there was another side to the story. Yes, America has its faults, but America also has ideals. It has open doors. It has laws that mean something. It offers second chances and new beginnings. For me, it was still the best place on earth. They were all against me, except one woman. She had been there the entire time, sitting quietly at the end of the table. She hadn't said a single word throughout the entire heated exchange. She watched, she listened. I assumed, as many men do, that she was simply letting the guys wear themselves out with argument. Maybe she didn't want to enter the fray. Maybe she didn't have an opinion. But when the debate finally died down, after we'd exhausted ourselves repeating the same points, raising our voices, waving our hands in frustration, something remarkable happened. As the others began to gather their things and trickle out of the room, the woman finally spoke. Her voice was calm, but her words carried the weight of 1,000 storms. She said, "I will never use my lips to criticize America, because when I was hiding in the bush for weeks, fleeing from my own African brothers who were chasing us like wild animals with guns and machetes, it was young white American soldiers who found me. They rescued me from that nightmare. They looked like angels when we saw them coming through the trees. I will never speak a bad word about America." And just like that, the room fell into silence. No one replied. No one challenged her. No one needed to. Her words hung in the air like a sacred truth, a truth that didn't erase everything that had been said, but placed it all into a sobering context. For her, America wasn't just a concept. It wasn't just an imperfect system to critique or a government to distrust. It was rescue. It was safety. It was hope arriving in uniform, with outstretched hands and strange accents, in the middle of a nightmare. She reminded us of something we often forget in the comfort of our complaints, that for many, America is not the problem. It is the solution. It was a moment I will never forget. That woman at the end of the table taught us more in 30 seconds than we had managed to teach each other in an hour of shouting. Her silence had not been indifference. It had been reverence. And when she spoke, she reminded us that gratitude and criticism are not mutually exclusive, but that sometimes gratitude deserves the final word.